hope you're doing well today. Another month has come and gone. We are officially in June now, and I feel like I blinked and May was over. It has been a good smelling month for me though. I have gone through a lot of candles and a lot of wax melts. I did start May with a bit of a theme, especially for the wax melts. You're going to see a lot of strawberry and banana, and then I moved into strawberry blueberry scents. So I had strawberry throughout the entirety of May, and it has been wonderful. Let me know in the comments below what you've been melting or burning this month. Do you do themes when you melt? Like, do you choose a particular kind of scent, like strawberries, that you're going to melt throughout the month, or do you just pick whatever you feel like for the day? I'm curious to know what each of y'all do. I hope you all had a fabulous May and had as good of a burning and melting month as I did. As with all of my empties, I'm going to start off by showing you the random bits like the hand soaps and the wallflowers, and then I'll move into the wax melts and then into the candles. I will leave the timestamp below, so if you're only interested in candles, then you can just click on the timestamp and it will take you directly to the candles, so you don't have to sit through the portion of the video that you're not interested in. As with all of my empties, these tend to be a bit longer videos, so grab a snack and something to drink. I do have my handy dandy notebook here, so I'm going to try to keep it as concise as possible so it is still a manageable length. If you're interested in seeing what I melted and burned this month, let's get started. So I'll show you the hand soaps first. The first hand soap I finished was linen and lavender. I think I've had this in every video the past couple months. I really like this scent. This is the soap that I have in my kitchen right now with the matching lotion, and it's just sort of a staple in my kitchen right now until I get tired of it. So every sale I pick up another one or two of these and have them as backups. Finished a French lavender. This is a soothing blend of fresh lavender with hints of amber, and this smells, very similar to their candle. I had this in my guest bathroom. And then I finished off Miami Mint Mojito. This is one of their deep cleansing with coconut oil. I really enjoyed this scent. I got mostly mint with just a little bit of lime, but it was really nice. I really enjoyed this one. And I did finish off one hand cream. This is Sweet as Strawberries. Even my hand cream and soap had a strawberry theme. And I don't prefer this size or the consistency of this hand cream as much as I did the 2-ounce size, and the consistency of that hand cream was a little bit thicker. So it's disappointing because I really like their hand creams, but I'm just not a huge fan of these 1-ounce ones. So once I get through what I have, I probably won't repurchase it. But this scent was nice. And then I did use the lavender and sandalwood bath fizzy. I really like the scent, but as far as the bath fizzy itself, it was just okay. I would rather have a Lush bath bomb if I'm completely honest. I have a big garden tub, so I felt like this really didn't have it wasn't big enough for that tub. I think a regular bathtub, it would have been fine, but I just didn't feel like it gave the water that softening property that the Lush bath bombs gave. But it was okay. I like the scent. I have several other of the bath fizzies that I'm going to try, but like the new round ones, so maybe those are a little bit different. But I'm not overly impressed with this at this point, if I'm perfectly honest. I put in 2 new wallflowers. I put in a sleek lavender vanilla, and then I put in a champagne toast. And then I finished up a box of Party Light votives. Let's have a throwback, shall we? Who remembers when Party Light was in this boxes? This was in the scent raspberry and thyme. I do really like these. If there was an easy way to get them, I would probably repurchase these votives. That is all the random bits. I'm going to get started on the wax melts. So I finished Kringle's Vanilla Latte. This was a slight coffee scent, heavy vanilla, almost kind of like a sour milk kind of note in the background. The strength and throw was about a 6.5. It paired really well with Yankee Candle's Cafe Al Fresco, which I'll show you when we get to the candles. I probably wouldn't repurchase this. There's just a lot of other coffee scents that I prefer, but it was okay for what it was. I finished a Destination Wax Pear Salad Lilliput. If you watched any of my Destination Wax videos, you know that I absolutely love this scent. This is, I think, my favorite Destination Wax scent. It's a sweet, juicy, crisp pear with a fresh, crisp lettuce. So it is just an amazing, unique combination. The strength and the throw in this is about a 7.5. It's quite strong and I love it. And I have already repurchased this in bulk. Like bulk. I have enough of this to last me for months because I don't ever want to run out of the scent because it's that amazing. And then I finished Destination Wax Strawberry Berry Sauce. This is a great scent. It's a very jammy strawberry berry sauce. It's like a strawberry jam. The strength and throw was about a 4. I think this may have been because of a user error. I did only do 1 cube, and I used one of my bulb warmers that is only 20 watt. So I found that I definitely get better throw with at least a 24 watt warmer. I would repurchase this and melt it in a different warmer to see what the strength and throw would be in that warmer. I finished Kringle's Espresso Crema, and this is a stronger pure coffee scent, slightly bitter. It had a strength and a throw about of 6.5, so it was comparable to the vanilla latte as far as strength and throw. But if you like coffee scents, then I think that you would like this one. I finished a Goose Creek banana pudding, and this is a very authentic banana pudding. I mean, I think the most realistic banana pudding that I've smelled yet in any wax, vendor or retail. It is really, really good. I really enjoyed this one. The strength in the throw was about a 6.5 to 7. I've actually already repurchased this. I used 2 of the triangles at a time, and it lasted about 6 to 7 hours. So I really like this one. Highly recommend if you are looking for an authentic banana pudding. And then I finished Goose Creek Sweet Banana Bread. This one is similar to Yankee Candle's Banana Nut Bread. It is a spiced banana with cake with icing. And it's actually a little too sweet for me. It kind of has this syrupy sweetness that I just don't enjoy. I did enjoy like the first time I melted it, but by the end of this, I was just done with it. I would prefer if it didn't have that extra sweetness, in my opinion. The strength in the throw was about an 8 though. It was quite strong, and 2 cubes lasted about 5 to 6 hours. I do have like I think 1 or 2 backups of this already, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it just because it's a little bit too sweet for me. And then I finished Destination Wax Lavender Sugar Cookie. I love this scent. This one is different than the lavender cookie because it is more sugar cookie, less lavender. I really like this one. It's about a strength and throw of about a 6. It lasts about 1 day per cube. I like to melt this one in my master bathroom when I'm taking a bath or at nighttime. I think it's just a great scent, and I really like to combine this one with lavender cookie, and like the combination of the two just give it like the perfect amount of sweetness and lavender. So if you wanted lavender but more cookie, then I'd recommend this one. It's just a great scent. And then I finished Super Tarts Hufflepuff. This is sweet bananas, buttery pie crust, and sweet cream. I didn't prefer this as much when I smelled it on cold, but when I melted it, I actually really enjoyed it. I still didn't get a pie crust note, but I really did get a creamy banana scent. So it was like the inside of a banana cream pie, and it was actually really, really enjoyable. The strength in the throw was about a 7. I've actually already repurchased this one because I did enjoy it so much. I used 1 cube at a time of this, and it lasted about 4 to 6 hours. And that's the only downside I found about some of the Super Tarts is that you get a blast of fragrance, but then it kind of dissipates pretty quickly. But overall, I really enjoyed this one, and like I said, I've already repurchased it. I finished a Lilliput of Destination Wax Wedding Cake. I love this scent. It's a white, fluffy cake with icing and a really thick strawberry filling. It is so good. Sadly, it is kind of light. The strength and throw was only about a 3.5, but honestly, I'm not hugely surprised by that because it's mostly a vanilla bakery. So when I compare this to other vanilla cake type scents, this one is actually stronger. But if you obviously compare this to a coffee scent, there isn't going to be any comparison. So keep that in mind. I would suggest that this one would also need a longer cure time. I do have more of this already, and I would repurchase it because I love the scent, but I'm definitely going to let what I already have cure a bit longer than I let this cure. And then I finished Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is frosted banana cupcakes, sugar cookies, and caramel drizzle. This is a banana cupcake with a really thick caramel. The caramel really comes through when I was melting it, and it's actually became too sweet for me. The strength and throw was about a 7. If I liked the scent more, if it didn't have as much caramel, I would like it more, but for me it was just too sweet. But if you like caramel banana scents, I think you'd really like this one. I personally wouldn't repurchase it. And then I finished Destination Wax Chocolate Covered Strawberries. This one actually really surprised me. The longevity of this scent was amazing. I used half a scent shot at a time. The strength in the throw was about a 4.5, but it lasted and lasted and lasted. And if I had put this in my hot plate warmer, I'm sure I would have gotten a better strength and throw. It was a really good combination of the strawberry note and the chocolate note, but this chocolate didn't overwhelm or dominate the strawberry. It was really nice. I actually would probably repurchase this one. And then I finished a chunk bag of Sassy Girl Aroma's Bananas in the Kitchen, and this is 75% vanilla bakery goodness. and 25% bananas, if not like 80-20. I would have liked more banana because when I actually melted this, I primarily just got the vanilla bakery. The banana did kind of get lost behind all of that vanilla bakery goodness. I still enjoyed it, but I would have preferred a bit more banana, like maybe 50-50. I melted about 0.75 to 1 ounces at a time, and the strength in the throw was about a 5, and that amount of wax lasted about 6 hours. So I really did enjoy it for what it was, but I probably wouldn't repurchase this scent in the future just because I would prefer to have more banana, less bakery. But if you are a vanilla bakery lover and you want just like a hint of banana, I think you'd really like this one. And then I finished 2 Goose Creek strawberry jam. I actually had to order these on Amazon because the Goose Creek website didn't have them. And thank you, Kevin, for that recommendation. This is a really good strawberry jam scent. The strength in the throw of this was about a 5. So I was a little disappointed in the strength in throw. I used 2 cubes again, and it only lasted about like 3 to 4 hours per 2 cubes. And that's what I'm finding with this new hard wax, is that you get this burst of fragrance and then it dissipates and you have to change out the wax. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I do have one more of these, and if I could get my hands on more on the Goose Creek website, I would probably repurchase it in the future, but I really wish I had gotten to try the soft wax formulation because I have a feeling that was probably a lot better. And then I finished Destination Wax Strawberry Crumble. This is another amazing scent from Destination Wax. It reminds me of the Strawberry Eclair Crumbly Popsicle. And Jen from the show 78 had made that comparison and it is spot on. The strength in the throw was about a 5 for me. I used a half of a scent shot at a time, and each half lasted about 6 hours. And I used this in my 20-watt warmer. Depending on what warmer you put the vendor wax in, or any wax, it's really going to make a difference on your strength and throw. So I'm finding that for my Destination Wax, I like to use my 24-watt either bulb or hot plate warmer, and the hot plate warmer specifically definitely give better strength and throw overall. But sometimes I don't want really strong, I really just want a bit of more of a subtle scent. So when I do that, I put my Destination Wax in my bulb warmers, and I still get decent strength and throw. It is just a bit more subtle. But this is just an amazing strawberry, creamy, yummy scent. I absolutely love it. And then I finished Super Tarts Hermione. This is Magically Delicious and Strawberry Filled Cannoli. This is mostly Magically Delicious. I would say 65%, if not like 70%, and then just a hint of that strawberry cannoli, so definitely more bakery than fruit. The strength in the throw was about a 5, so I think less strong than a lot of the other Super Tarts scents that I've used. Not bad at all. In fact, I would say it's good for a vanilla bakery type of scent. But again, what I found is I really get a burst of fragrance for the first couple of hours, and then it kind of just died. I don't know if I repurchase this one at this point. I don't think this would be on my list. And then I finished Super Tarts Rory. This is persimmon ice cookies and strawberry Pop-Tarts. This is a strawberry, fruity, sweet, gourmand bakery scent. And it's pretty good. I can definitely see why people really like this one. The strength in the throw was about a 5. It's really the same as Hermione. I got a burst of fragrance for the first couple hours, and then it kind of just died. I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. I mean, I think if you are a gourmand bakery lover, I think that this is definitely one that you would probably love. But for me, I like bakery and gourmand type scents occasionally, and I have enough of them at this point, so this one wouldn't be one that I would reorder. And then I finished a Yankee Candles Easy Milk Cut Berrylicious. It's actually the only Easy Milk Cut I used this month. I really like the scent. It's a really nice berry, blueberry type scent. It doesn't have that kerosene note that some blueberry scents can have, but this wasn't strong at all. It was only like a 3.5, so I was disappointed in the strength and throw, and I wouldn't repurchase it just because of that. If this was stronger, I would absolutely repurchase it, but not in the current formulation. And then I finished Sassy Girl Aroma's Banana Nut Bread. This was 4 of the Raggedy Ann faces. I really enjoyed this scent. I did not actually prefer it as much on Cold Snip. I felt like it was just very much a banana Laffy Taffy, mostly, and it's not what I wanted. But then when I melted it, it really became a balanced banana and bakery scent. It was very, very nice overall. The bakery notes really came out once it was warm. So I actually really enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I would. The strength in the throw was about a 6. I had this in my office for the most part, and it filled the office and drifted into the hallway. I really enjoyed this one, and I would repurchase it if she brought it back out another restock. This was a good one. And then I finished Barrett Wax Crafts Strawberry Rhubarb. This was another one that I wasn't overly impressed with when I smelled it on cold sniff. I was like, ugh, it kind of just smells like a waxy strawberry, but I really enjoyed it warm. The strength and throw was about a 7, and I used 2 cubes at a time, and that lasted about 12 hours. I would definitely repurchase this scent. I really, really enjoyed it. And then I finished a 4-pack of Destination Wax Strawberry Seeds, and I absolutely love this scent. It is an authentic strawberry that you just chopped. Like, just imagine a fresh cut strawberry that you chopped up, you sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it, and you put it in the fridge, and strawberries will kind of make their own juice, and you can use that strawberry juicy sweetness to like put on a strawberry shortcake or angel food cake. And that's exactly what this smells like. That amazing sweetened fresh cut strawberry. It is definitely one of the most authentic strawberries I have ever smelled. It is beautiful. The strength in the throw was about a 6, and I have already repurchased this one. This is one that I definitely will always want to keep. I finished an entire loaf of vintage chic scents, the Spirit of Bob Hope embeds with Bluebird Cafe overpour, and the Bluebird Cafe is fresh cut strawberries. The Spirit of Bob Hope is like strawberry chantilly cream, and I absolutely loved this scent. I wish I had another loaf. I could have saved some of this loaf, and I did debate on saving it, but I probably won't get back around to melting strawberry scents until like next year. So I'm hoping between now and next year she'll bring this back out again. But this was an amazing, creamy, but also juicy, sweet strawberry. Different than strawberry seeds in that it lacks some of that authenticity, but it had this creaminess that was just so good. Now, I've never smelled Bluebird Cafe on its own, so I don't know if it's the Bluebird Cafe that I love so much, or if it is actually the combination of the Spirit of Bob Hope and Bluebird Cafe. They both have strawberry in them, but either way, I absolutely love this scent. Now, this was my first vintage chic scents melting experience, and I had heard various reports about strength and throw, and so for me, I had a strength in the throw from a 4.5 all the way to a 7 because I experimented it with different warmers. I used my 20-watt bulb warmers, I used my 24-watt bulb warmers, and I used my 25-watt hot plate warmer. And the warmer that gave me the best throw for vintage chic scents was my 25-watt hot plate warmer that I bought off of Amazon. And if you're interested, I can leave the link to that below. So I was really surprised at the difference that the different warmers gave me in strength and throw. So I would absolutely repurchase this one. I certainly hope that she brings this back in some form at some point because I would absolutely repurchase it. I finished a 4-pack of Sassy Girl Aroma's Strawberry Shake, and this was a really nice, creamy strawberry. The strength in the throw was about a 6. It lasted about 8 hours. At first, I cut the little Raggedy Ann in half, and then I found that actually just using the entire Raggedy Ann face gave me the best strength and throw, so I did that for the other 3. And that one Raggedy Ann lasted about 8 to 10 hours. I would absolutely repurchase this one because it was really good. And then I finished a 4-pack Coin Vintage Chic Scents Atlantic City. This was a peach strawberry taffy scent. It was just okay to me. That peach and the taffy really came through more so than the strawberry, and I just didn't care for it. The strength in the throw was actually a 3, and I did melt this in the hot plate warmer, and I melted it in a bowl warmer, and I didn't get much difference in strength and throw, so I would not repurchase this one. And then I melted a vintage chic scent. This is one of her roses that came in a sampler, Joanna. This is rosemary mint, shaving cream, and a hint of strawberry. I'm not normally a fan of shaving cream scents, but I actually enjoyed this one because the rosemary mint and that little bit of strawberry really did balance out the shaving cream. The strength in the throw was about a 6. I cut this rose in half and I melted it on my hot plate warmer. But if you like shaving cream, rosemary mint scents, I think that you'd really like this one. And then I finished Goose Creek's Blueberry Cake Donut. This one has that slight kerosene note. It's the best way that I can describe it. So it's like blueberry bakery kerosene. It was just okay. The strength in the throw was about a 6. I wouldn't repurchase it. And then I used a sample of the Destination Wax Vanilla Noel. I actually ended up mixing this with Barrett Wax Crafts Pure Lavender, and it was a really, really beautiful blend. It's a really creamy vanilla, and because I used it as a blender, I really can't comment on its individual strength and throw performance. And I finished a Super Tarts Darth Maul. This is fresh picked strawberries, tea and cakes, and pie crust. This is mainly tea and cakes to me, with just a hint, 25% of strawberry. And even on melting, I really just got a lot of the tea and cakes note, which that just tends to be a stronger scent. The strength in the throw was about a 7.5. I actually really enjoyed it, but I wouldn't repurchase it just because if I want tea and cakes, I'll just get a tea and cake scent, and I prefer Destination Wax tea and cake scent. I used 1 cube at a time, and it lasted about 5 hours. So this one actually had a little bit better longevity than some of the other ones I've had. And then I melted the Bathing Gardens Strawberry Nonsense. I got this as a sample in my order. You haven't seen that haul yet. It will be coming later. This came across as like a strawberry cornbread. I got a very distinct cornbread-esque kind of bakery note. It was just okay to me. The strength and throw was about a 4.5. I probably wouldn't repurchase it. And then I melted Destination Wax Blueberry. This is a candied blueberry scent, and it reminds me of a hard blueberry candy. It's a very familiar smell to me, but I still cannot place my finger on what this reminds me of. I actually really enjoyed this one more than I thought I was. I used the entire scent shot at one time, and it gave me a strength and throw of about an 8.5. It filled my entire master bedroom, bathroom, and into the hallway. It was really, really good. It lasted over 12 hours. So I started it like at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was going well after 10 o'clock at night. So if you've been looking for a really good candied blueberry scent, I think you'd really like this one. And we're almost done with the wax, folks. I finished Sassy Girl Aroma's Blueberry Ice Cream. This was just an okay scent. It was a light blueberry bakery note, and there was a slight creamy note, but there was really nothing about it that made it stand out compared to some of the other blueberry scents. And it just wasn't very strong. It only had a strength in the throw at about a 3.5 to me. This was 8 like mini cakes, and at first I melted 1 mini cake, and then I tried melting 2 mini cakes in my hot plate warmer, and I just didn't get much of a strength in throw. I'm not exactly sure why, so I wouldn't repurchase this one personally. And then the absolute last wax melt that I used in May, this was the one I melted yesterday, May 31st, was the Bathing Gardens Blackberry Jam and Lemon Curd. This was another sample that I received, and this was a really good lemon curd, tart, tangy, with undertones of that blackberry jam, dark fruity sweetness. This was really good, and this is on her current scent list now, so I'm definitely going to order a clamshell of this one. This one had a strength in the throw of about a 6. It filled my office and even went into my hallway a little bit, so I was actually quite impressed with that, considering this is just 1 mini cake, and I used my bulb warmer. But I really, really like this one. Woo! All right, that was it. That was all of the wax melts that I finished through May. I got through a lot, and there was a lot of strawberry. If I had to choose my favorite strawberries, I would have to say that Vintage Chic Scents, The Spirit of Bob Hope, Embeds, and Bluebird Cafe, and Destination Wax Strawberry Seeds would be tied for the top position. I really just feel like I cannot choose between these. And then I would say my third pick would be Sassy Girl Aroma's Strawberry Shake. This was also really, really good, very creamy. And I would say honorable mentions would be Destination Wax Strawberry Crumble and Barrett Wax Crafts Strawberry Rhubarb. These were also really good. Top 3 blueberry scents for me. Number 1 would be absolutely hands down Goose Creek's Banana Pudding. It is the most realistic banana pudding that I have ever smelled. It is amazing. So good. Number 2 would be Sassy Girl Aroma's Banana Nut Bread. Really, really enjoyed this one warm. The bread note and the bakery note with the banana really came through, and I really enjoyed it. And then I would say number 3 would be Super Tarts Hufflepuff, because it really smelled like the inside of a banana cream pie. It was really, really nice. I don't feel like I melted enough blueberry to do a top 3, but of the blueberries I melted, I would say Destination Wax Blueberry is my favorite. So let me know in the comments below what you melted this month, or any of these. Are you going to put any of these on your list? Have you melted any of these before? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Did you have the same results that I did with strength and throw? And also would love to know what your favorite warmers are. Do you find you have better luck with hot plate warmers or bowl warmers? And do you have a specific warmer that you feel like when you melt any wax in it, it gives you a better performance? I'd love to know, so please leave me the comments below. If you were only here for the wax, thank you so much for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or found it helpful. If you were here for the candles, I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging and we'll get started. I've had a pretty good burning candle month. As you can see, I got through quite a lot. I'm quite happy with what I've gotten through. The first candle I finished this month was Waikiki Beach Coconut. I really like the packaging on this line of candles, specifically these wraps with like the leaves. And then it has these gold leaf patterned lids, which I think are a neat touch. This one is Tropical White Coconut, Saltwater Breezes, Sun Bleached Woods. This is definitely a tropical coconut. Almost has like a sweet tart kind of smell to my nose. It had a flawless burn. No puny wicks, minimal sooting, very clean, as you can see. Just very impressed with the burn on this one. It was a bit more of a subtle scent, so I would say the strength probably was actually more like a 6 and the throw was a 7. I actually enjoyed this one. I think I've had this one in the past. I didn't care for it, but this year, for whatever reason, I did actually enjoy it. I don't know that I'll repurchase it, though, because I do feel like they bring this one back every single year, so I'm sure that I could get it in another year if I wanted it. And then I finished Yankee Candle's Cafe Al Fresco. This is a great scent. It reminds me of like a caramel macchiato, and it had a really great burn. I know it doesn't look like it had a great burn because, first of all, there's a lot of wax left and there's a lot of residue on the side, but that is my fault. That was user error because I picked it up when it was still liquefied and it sloshed up on the edges. This one had huge mushroom tops every time. It pulled out quickly. The strength in the throw was about a 6.5, 7. It filled my master bedroom and bathroom and a little bit into the hallway. So it definitely had an impressive strength in throw, especially for a Yankee. At the end, what had happened is the wick had dipped into the melted wax and I couldn't get it out, so I actually put this on my candle warmer, and I never do that. All this messiness is my fault. Before I had messed it up, it was like very, very clean on the sides, and as you can see, just a little bit of sooting, but not bad at all. So really recommend this one, especially if you like sweeter type coffee scents. I think you'd really like this one. I would definitely repurchase this one. And then I finished Mango Dragon Fruit. Has this really cute lid. I got this one at the Winter Sass. This one is Fiesta Fiebre with this vibrant tropical blend of juicy golden mangoes and lush pink dragon fruit. This was just an okay scent. I got it for 75% off, which is why I purchased it. It's a tropical fruity scent, definitely heavy on the mango. It had a good burn though. I didn't get puny wicks. It burned itself out. The strength in the throw was about a 7.5, so from that standpoint it was good. I wouldn't repurchase it just because I'm just not in love with the scent. And then my son actually finished a Kringle Oak and Fig. This one is fig, Japanese blackcurrant, plum, jasmine, rosewater, and amber. This is a quite like heavy, earthy, woodsy type scent. I actually didn't really prefer it on cold sniff. I gave it to my son. He actually didn't prefer it that much on cold sniff, but then when he burned it, he said he really, really enjoyed it. The burn was pretty good, as you can see. It did have some residue on the sides, but it burned itself all the way out. And then I finished a Bath & Body Works strawberry cupcake. This is the irresistible fragrance of buttercream frosting made with fresh garden strawberries on a classic Madagascar vanilla cupcake. I really like this scent. I know some people don't. I get a very sweet bakery cupcake with a bit of strawberry, and obviously I was doing strawberry theme, so this went nicely with that. The first fourth of this candle was a little bit light, but after this first fourth, the candles actually increased in strength and throw, and it was up to like a 7.5. I did not have any burn issues. As you can see, this was a very clean burn, very minimal sooting. I would definitely recommend not over trimming the wicks on this candle, and as you can see, it burned itself out. So I really enjoy this candle. I do have one more of these from last year, and if I were to find any of these at 75% off at the Sass that's about to happen, I would probably pick another one up. I really like it. And then I finished Paris Cafe. I actually did an individual candle review of this one, so I will leave the link to that video below if you want all the details. As you can see, it burned itself out. I really enjoyed the scent, and I would repurchase it. I finished this beauty, a Slatkin & Co. old school Bath & Body Works candle, French Garden. This is a delicate mix of French bergamot, sweet peaches, and lavender petals that bring to mind a hidden garden in old world Paris. This candle was from 2012, and look at that, 1950. Wow. This is essentially to me a peach lavender scent. Really, really beautiful. I absolutely love it. The strength in the throw on this one was only about a 5.5 comparatively to Bath & Body Works candles. Now it was pretty light, but it was okay because I love the scent. It was an okay burn, but the wicks did tend to struggle a little bit. it was really nice to burn this classic. I actually had 2 of these, and so I decided I was going to burn one, and I probably won't burn my other one. I'll definitely probably keep that as a no burn, but it was nice to kind of revisit this scent from the past, and I really enjoyed it. It also was a good reminder to me that even back as far as 2012, in the beloved Slatkin & Company days that we all cherish, there were still burn issues at that time. I don't necessarily think that Bath & Body Works candles have gotten worse over time. I think that it's just the same issues that you deal with any candle company. It's done. It's done. It's kind of sad, but it was really nice, and I really did enjoy it. And then I finished Goose Creek's Peanut Butter and Jelly. This was mainly grape jelly scent with just hints of peanut butter. I enjoyed the scent somewhat. I would have preferred more balance of the peanut butter, but as you can see, look at this. This candle was so sooty. I mean, it's black. It's definitely the darkest candle jar of any that you see here. This is very typical, in my opinion, for Goose Creek candles. I just have found them to be very sooty candles. Before I would burn this candle, I would trim the wicks to absolute nubs, and I still got the soot. So even being very careful to try to trim the wicks, it was just still very, very sooty. And then at the end of the candle, the wicks started to move. You can see the 2 wicks here are over to the side of the candle. So I had blown it out at this point because it just starts feeling dangerous when the wicks have moved to the edge of the glass. And the strength and throw was only about a 4.5, 5. So for all of the aggravation that this candle brought me with the sooting and then the wicks moving at the end, the strength and throw wasn't even that great. So I would not repurchase this candle. And then going along with my banana theme, I burned a pumpkin banana muffin. To me, this is more of like a walnut bread with just a hint of banana. The notes are caramelized banana, pumpkin puree, walnut, and cinnamon sugar. This had a really good burn. The last one that I burned of this candle a couple of months ago did not have such a great burn. So this definitely lends me to believe that there are batch variations, if not related to the scent itself, to the way these are poured. The last fourth of the candle, about right here, in which you can actually see, was a bit of a slower burn, but the wicks were never puny. I never had to cotton ball or anything like that. Again, just be really careful around this point. I just stopped trimming the wicks altogether because they don't need to be trimmed. The strength and throw was about a 6.5, and I do have another one of these from last year, and if it came back out in the fall, I'd probably repurchase it. I wish it did have more banana though, overall, but I really like this one. And then I finished Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast. This has this really pretty lid. This is Chateau Champagne, Wild Berries, and Sweet Orange. I really enjoyed this scent. This one actually had a great burn. No issues. This one was a faster burner and had really nice deep wax pulls. So this is one that I definitely made sure to blow out after 3 hours to prevent sooting. The strength and throw of this was about a 7, and I feel like this one was stronger than the winter version. I definitely will repurchase this scent. And then I finished Goose Creek's. This is actually peanut butter sugar. This is the 24-ounce jar. This is not my style at all, but this is all they had in this scent, and I really wanted to try this scent. I like the scent on cold. It was like a sweet peanut butter, but burning, I couldn't smell it. It was like a strength and throw of like 2.5, and honestly, I feel like that's a little bit generous. I just couldn't smell it. And then what's even worse is it was sooty. So I couldn't smell it, and it was sooty. Not as bad as some of the Goose Creek candles, like the peanut butter and jelly that I just showed you, but it's a fair amount of soot here. It burned fine otherwise, but as you can see, there's a lot of residue down in there, and it seemed like it was very oily, but yet I couldn't smell it. So I think there's just something wrong with this formulation, because with the amount of oils that was in this candle, I should have been able to smell it, and I couldn't. And I just feel like there was a lot of wasted oils on the side and even still at the bottom. Look at all that oil, and the oil kind of like looks a little bit burnt. So I think there was something wrong with this formulation. I definitely would not repurchase this candle. I'm quite disappointed in it. Then I finished Bath & Body Works Mango Shores. This is another one that I got at the semi-annual sale or either the 850 candle day. This is the scent of fresh mango, creamy coconut, and Caribbean island blossoms. To me, this is just like a very generic kind of mango coconut scent. There's really nothing special about it. I got it for such a good deal, that's why I bought it. It was just okay to me. The strength and throw was about a 4.5, so not even that great for a Bath & Body Works candle. As far as the burn itself, these rib glass jars always do a great job. They conduct the heat so well. There's just not any residue. It was a very clean burn. I just wouldn't repurchase it. The scent itself is just not for me. And then my son actually finished a couple of candles. He's back home for the summer, and he finished a DW Home fresh cut gardenia. We went to Marshall's just shopping around, and he asked if he could get a couple candles, and I said sure. He picked this one out himself, which, considering I don't like florals, and I specifically don't like gardenia, white flower type scents, I was really surprised that he liked this one, but he did. And this was just the one wick. As you can see, is a bit sooty. It doesn't look like it's the best burn. I can't really comment too much, but he said he really enjoyed the scent, and he said that it filled his room. And then he also finished a DW Homes Calming Waves, and this one had a really good burn. He said this one only filled half of his room, which makes sense because it is a small candle, but he really did like this scent as well. And then I finished an old Bath & Body Works French Lavender. This is, of course, the clean scent of fine French lavender, heightened by a hint of vanilla. Just over a period of like a month, I would burn this different nights because I like to burn lavender while I'm bathing. And I really enjoyed it the first 2/3. It was a really good French lavender scent that it's supposed to be. But then after that, it really kind of started smelling like icky, and it just sort of lost its fragrance, unfortunately. It was a good burn though. It was a little bit sooty, but sometimes these lavender candles are just because they're faster burners, and it did burn itself out. I do like their French lavender. And then I finished Country Candles Chocolate Chip Cookie. This was a cross between chocolate chip cookie dough and actual baked cookies. It was a really nice brown sugar notes with milk chocolate notes. This is a really, really good one. I can see why this one is a popular scent for Kringle and Country Candle. The strength in the throw was about a 6.5 for me. I had it in my office. It filled that space and went to the hallway a little bit. It was a little bit sooty, as you can see. Otherwise, it was a very clean burn. As you can see, it burned itself all the way out, and there is no wax left. I didn't pour this out. I think I would repurchase this one. If there was another good Country Candle or Kringle sale, I would probably repurchase this one because I did enjoy it. This was a good one. And then I finished Bath & Body Works Sweet Spearmint. This is one of the new mixed materials collection. This is garden mint leaves, crystallized sugar, and creamy vanilla. I really love the packaging on this whole range. I really love this scent. I love spearmint, and I have been craving mint scents lately, so this just is perfect for what I want right now. This is slightly sweet and soft and refreshing, and it does remind me of the green spearmint gums. It's just really, really good. The strength was about a 5.5, and the throw was about a 7. So this is a bit of a more subtle smell, but it still had a really good throw, and it did fill, almost the entirety of my kitchen and living room area. And it had a really great burn. It was a little bit sooty, as you can see, because it was a fast burner. It pulled out quickly, had nice deep wax pulls, and it did burn itself out. I would absolutely repurchase this one. I already have another one, and I'm hoping to be able to pick up a couple more during the semi-annual sale. So love, love, love this scent. The next one I finished was Vanilla Birch. This one is White Birch Bark, Madagascar Vanilla, and Warm Sandalwood. I still stand by the fact that this is not a repackage of Wine Cellar, but after burning this one, I can definitely see more of the similarities. I would say that this is more like Wine Cellar's summer cousin. This one is creamy, smooth wood notes with slight vanilla notes in the background. It's actually beautiful, just so beautiful. I really, really, really enjoyed this scent. And I think because it's not surprising, I guess, because I love Wine Cellar so much, I'm definitely going to repurchase this one during semi-annual sale. I'll probably pick up several of these because I just loved it that much. I really get that creamy sandalwood. It's so good. And then the absolute last candle I finished this month was Vanilla Bean. This one is Madagascar Vanilla Bean, homemade marshmallow, and fresh steamed milk. This is just a very basic creamy vanilla scent. The strength and throw was about a 4. I think for a vanilla scent, that's pretty standard. It was a little bit sooty, as you can see here, but otherwise no burn issues. I don't think I'd repurchase this one. I mean, if I was in the mood next year for vanilla scent, I may pick it up, but it's not one that I'm going to clamor to get more of. All right, so that is it. That is everything that I melted and burned in the month of May. And as you can tell, I got through a lot. It really was a good burning month overall. Let me know in the comments below what you burned this month. Have you burned any of these candles? Or any of these your favorites? What were your favorites that you burned in the month of May? I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. I definitely have a lot of hauls. I do my empties every month, and I'm trying to do more individual candle reviews going forward. Thank you so much for all of your support thus far. I really, really appreciate everyone subscribing, commenting, and liking. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.